I have a story to tell. It takes place when I am alone in the Ruby Mountains, past Soldier Lake, and up the pass near Hidden Lake. I was alone on this trip, though I had been there before with friends. I carried a Glock 19 with 2 spare mags. Only the first mag had gold dots, while the others were FMJ. I figured that would be cheaper, and I would not need 60 rounds of ammo for anything. If I wanted to shoot, I did not want to waste my defensive ammo. This is a nice hike, it take about 4 hours to get in, and when you get up, it's a nice place, with plains and prairie at the top, surrounded by mountains. I took lots of pictures the first day, and I will post them as I go along. I have to resize them, and I am typing as I go along, so be patient. I will say this though. I will never return to those trails, nor Hidden Lake. Pick is of a stream on the lower part of the trail. For those that don't know, Hidden Lake gets its name from the fact that it's up on a ridge and can't be seen from the trails. It's a great camping and fishing spot, and the view is awesome. To get there, you hike up the Solider Pass trail and turn at the stick in the ground. It was a hot day, but I still decided to shoot up the trail for a 4-day weekend. I got to the top in about 3.5 hours or so, made pretty good time. I set up camp, which was just a pup tent, and set about making dinner. I had gotten stuck in Elko for the first part of the day, and when I had finished making the climb, it was starting to get late. I cooked dinner on the fire and crash hard. The first couple nights pass without anything unusual happening. Spent the days clicking around, hiking, fishing, and relaxing. Things begin late in the night Saturday, my last night there. Pick is the stick you have to turn at. I told you this would be slow. Saturday I am sitting on the lake's ridge, making my way over to a spring to refill my water bottle. The water here is glass deer, but everything gets the pills just in case. As I am walking, I hear this god-forsaken sound. Like dragging metal on cement. Just painfully loud and uncomfortable to hear. I looked around, but I could see no source. At this time, all the bugs and birds stopped making noise. There is always this background noise, right? You don't notice it, but it's there. I think was the only time I was ever aware of it, because it all stopped. All I could hear was the spring and my own breathing. I don't think I have ever felt that alone in my entire life. I would have killed to be able to hear the sound of a car engine or a horn or people talking. Anything but the silence. I was on the far side of the lake, near the snow outcrop in the picture when this happened. A good 10 to 15 min walk back, if you are in a hurry. I filled my water bottle up and headed back. The sounds of the animals returned, but I was still nervous. When I got back, my campsite was destroyed, including my bag. Everything was scattered everywhere, and it felt like a bomb had gone off. Everything was broken or rendered useless. Even silverware was bent and twisted. The fire, which less than an hour before was burning brightly, was as dead of if someone had dumped a bucket of water on it. Picture as of the lake. I stopped being nervous and started being pissed. I figured some kids had done it. I had not seen a soul since I made the climb, but that did not mean much. I started gathering my broken belongings. I had seen a nice fairy hole, a natural hole in rock along one of the ridges, and decided I would relocate my camp there. I got the fire burning again, and stuff that was unrepairable or useless, I burned to save weight. As I went around cleaning up, I got this feeling. I am not quite sure how to describe it. Like you walked into someone's house without them being home, and they did not know you were there. Like you should not be there, but that is inadequate wording. I was getting nervous and hurried up to the ridge. That's when I saw it first, a dark mass moving alongside the edge of the lake. Too far away to make out any details, but as I watched, I saw that it was following the same path that I had taken. It was thin though. Long and thin and dark. Now, I took the simplest path, so made it was just following that. But I feel that it was tracking me. Why would it need to go to a spring to drink, rather than a lake? I was starting to get a little unhinged when I saw it. I have been hunted by a mountain lion before. And the feeling I had then was just that. Hunted. I was being stalked, but in a way, we were equals. Both cats and I are apex predators, and the tides could easily turn when I saw this. Any thought of killing it left my mind. I just wanted to run and hide. Run as fast and as hard as I could. I was prey. I could do nothing to this thing. The way it moved was so certain, so clean, that I knew I could not kill it. My gun that on the way up had made me feel so big felt like a toy. It moved between moving on 4 feet and 2. I hurried up the slope and threw my stuff in the hole. I used rocks and the broken tent stakes and poles to barricade one end of it. The side ended in a drop-off, and I pulled rocks and other debris to the other side. I curled up in a ball and lodged myself in the hole, clutching my pistol in one hand and a pocket knife in the other. I could hear rocks shifting outside, further down the slope. Last bit I heard something get up the slope and start squeaking around. It was this squeak mixed with a hiss. Though the few holes I had left, I could see flashes of dark matted fur. It had small dark eyes, thin long snout. Almost badger-like. Tapered. I could not breathe. I could hear claws clicking on the rocks not 10 feet away. It searched around outside for about half hour and then left. The rest of the night I could hear rocks shifting as something moved around on them. I think it knew I was there, but did not see me as a threat of any kind. I never slept that night. In the morning I left. And have not been back since. Sorry, no epic combat ending, just me hiding. I don't like those mountains anymore. I don't know what lurks up there, in those thin passes. Maybe it was just a critter of some sort, and my imagination ran with it. I don't know. It sounds cliché, but going though these pictures made me kinda nervous by themselves. I don't like to tell this story, and it's the first time I told it to Kay. The feeling I had is what still shakes me up. I was prey. Nothing more. Nothing less. Has anyone else heard of something strange in the rubies?